Howdy folks, I am back from the Wargaming League Grand Finals 2015 held in the beautiful city of Warsaw in Poland. I've had a good 12 hours sleep and I thought the first thing that I should do to get the videos back up and running on YouTube after my lengthy 5-day absence was to put together a highlight reel of some of the games that I was broadcasting on at the Wargaming League Grand Finals. So sit back, relax and enjoy watching me losing my broadcasting cherry, because this is the first time I'd ever done anything like this, accompanied by Dorjan, who you may know from Wargaming's Best Replays of the Week, and of course Quickie Baby, broadcasting live from the Wargaming League Grand Finals in Warsaw, Poland. Enjoy the video.
Okay, we are live in the Grand Finals 2015 here in Warsaw, Poland. I filled today's excitement with the hype. You guys at home have been chatty like always, but just in case you didn't know our faces for whatever reason, I am Luke Neller, otherwise known as Dorjan24, and to my right, only really known as the Mighty Jingles.
Evil overlord of the salt mines.
Now, we were going to have Quickie Baby dance in front of the camera, but he's off somewhere, so I guess it's just going to be us.
That's
but
right.
we are psyched to be here. Yesterday's games were fun.
That's right.
And we had fun here, especially with Quickie Baby having his trousers off.
That's right. That's why he wasn't here for the intro. He didn't want it to disprove the rumour that he is not actually wearing trousers.
He doesn't need to, apparently, because he's only a chest. He's only a torso.
Yeah. He doesn't have the belly glacis armour that I do, of course, but, you know, he's manoeuvrable. He's got the speed and the agility.
Did you sleep well last night?
Oh, like a log.
Because I've already told everyone at home, I'm already running on coffee for one good reason.
Yes.
I had people knocking on my door at 2:30 in the morning asking where Janice is. So if you guys have seen Janice, let me know, because people were asking me. I have no idea.
You have to retweet this stream to his fiancée, by the way, because she's probably going to want to know who Janice is as well.
Who is Janice? I have no idea. They woke me up to ask me where she is, and I really don't know.
Yeah, you'll be pleased
it's
to hear.
raining.
You'll be pleased to hear that all the teams that were knocked out yesterday are now hard at work in the salt mines.
And they're going to go against Elong next. Now, can the European style hold up to this Elong aggression, where the Russian style couldn't?
Well, I guess we're going to find out in the semi-finals, but this is going to
out.
decide who they're going to face in the semi-finals.
So this battle is going to decide who's going to face either Navi or Virtus Pro in the next semi-finals.
It's not often I'm right, but I'm wrong again.
I played it off cool, man. I was just corrected you without correcting you.
I don't think they noticed.
I don't think they noticed.
I think I got away with that one.
All right.
I had the misfortune of thinking when I was in Heathrow flying out to Poland, I packed 2 shirts for 2 days. Well, accidents can happen. I'd better buy another shirt. So,
Sensible.
So this thing is currently the most expensive thing I'm wearing.
I just don't. Is it? It's embarrassing, man. Don't tell them. Don't tell them. Okay, tell them.
I've teased them. I have to tell them.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I thought, I'll have one of those shirts, please, with one of the shops in the duty-free section in Heathrow Terminal 3. That'll be £82, please, sir. Oh, no problem. Handed over my card. Thought, did she say 18 or 82? Yeah.
She must have said 18,
Must
right?
have said 18.
No way, it's £82.
£82. That's what £82 looks like. It doesn't even have a built-in TV or anything. It's just a shirt.
However, just to let you know what's going on later, the semi-finals is coming up after this game. And guess who's at this desk? It's the Mighty Jingles. And instead of me, there's a more beautiful man that some of you guys may or may not have known. And he's here waiting behind the cameras. And this man here will be replacing me for the semi-finals. But then, after the semi-finals, it will be back to me, and this time Quickie Baby. And Jingles gets the day off. He can sit on the stage.
That's right. I'll go
and
to bed or
watch.
something, because obviously, I need my beauty sleep.
And that's for the third place playoff, so whoever ends up there. That means these guys, although ignore that global ranking.
Yeah, because they've only 21 battles played in team battles, in ranked team battles.
That
so
we know
stats,
of.
yeah.
That we know of. So I think their skill is hidden.
What I can tell you is that watching them play yesterday, this is not a team that Hellraiser are a strong team. A strong team. But Yato, I really like the way they played. I really enjoyed watching their games yesterday, and I'm hoping that they can pull off the same kind of performance today.
Yeah, I hope so too. And now we get to see where these battles take place. I'm hoping no Muravanka. We've seen lots of Muravanka. It's Muravanka. I knew it.
But Himmelsdorf.
Himmelsdorf. At last, Himmelsdorf. Let's hope it's not 4-0 on the first map.
Finally, we get to see some heavy tanks.
Because I want to see Himmelsdorf. Because Muravanka is the first map on every battle so far. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to see Muravanka, then Himmelsdorf, and if it has to go to a third map, it will be Prokhorovka.
Yes.
So we're going to see him most off regardless, at least one battle.
That's right. I think Yato have got a couple of surprises up their sleeve. They never seem to have the same strategy in every game they play. So we're going to see. We're going to see what happens.
They're going to adapt. So you think we're going to see a change of lineup every single game?
I wouldn't surprise me at all. That was the way they were playing. I think it was against Roulette yesterday.
All right.
Very well.
Jump into battle and see what's going to go on between these two teams. We have Yato Gaming defending against the Hellraisers. This is China versus Russia. The actual server regions going toe-to-toe. Number 1 seed versus number 2 seed.
And the Hellraisers have taken some Tier 6 artillery, an M44.
We are seeing a good lineup here, a very dynamic lineup. We have 1390, an RU, and 4 lightweights, with their scout being the 5916.
Yeah. Come on then, Yato, let's see what you can do. What are they? Oh, they're straight up the middle of the map. And they may catch the artillery at this rate.
I've never seen this before. They've been spotted a little bit, but I think, Dido is going to be caught out here.
They can get up to this point with taking relatively little damage because of the various different bridges that separate this side of the map.
It's very bumpy. It looks flat, but it really isn't. If you haven't seen this part of the map, if you're not very familiar with it, it's very... But look at this damage against Nesqui. They're doing a lot of damage.
Well, they've spotted 5 of Hellraisers.
And it's sporadic. This is unusual. I've not seen this before. What a play. Do you know what I said yesterday? I said that's how I play this map. I go down this side, and it surprises some people who are not prepared for it.
Notice that Hunwo, their scout, in the 59-16, has abandoned his position, and he's moving right up to support the rest of the team. And in fact, he's now trying to go all the way around, and he's looking for the artillery.
Yeah, he is. He's hunting for the artillery. Good observation, sir. The HP, though, Star gets caught out of position and takes a ton of damage, but they're still ahead. They're still about 400 HP advantage, and if Humwu can find the artillery, then they will flat out have a gun advantage in the main fight. So they've got to try and hold play. That's what they're doing. They're holding. They're holding position and waiting for this Dido to be spotted, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen any second now.
Here comes the move.
Wait a minute, they're moving a little bit too early. This might be a misplay by Yato. They're not communicating that well. And Niyu, that's what he's aiming for. He's aiming for Yeyu. Yeyu goes down. What a move by Hunwo, who came around the back and took out Niyu. Now there's an absolute cluster in the middle.
And he's taking shots into the artillery.
Is going on. Hellraisers are on the back foot. Oh, we're going to see this again. We are. Hellraisers are down to 2,400 damage HP and 3,100 on Yato. And their tanks are falling. Dido's down to 6 down to 1 more shot, and he's on reload, so he does need to die. 2 men, but look at the HPs again. Yato aren't losing anybody. They're still alive.
Hellraiser's down to less than 1,000 health with 2 tanks.
Lowu goes
Lowu's
out,
gone.
and Lucique will pop. There it is, 1-0 to Yato, taking the defense on the offensive. What a move. That strategy was... You called it, sir.
That's why I love watching Yato. Their games yesterday were exactly the same. See, you can never predict how they're going to play a match.
Let's go into battle. Seed game number 2, as we have Yato on the defensive one more time. 1-0 so far.
Okay.
We are seeing a little change. Humwu is not in his
T-37
anymore.
this time.
Yeah.
It looks like, Hellraisers, same lineup. Exactly the same.
So they're confident that they're not going to get caught out again.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. It looks like Yato are running the same strategy again. I'm not sure if that's going to pay off
like
this time.
Hellraisers are running the same strategy.
Okay.
So, this is interesting. They are, in fact, doing almost exactly the same thing. Hunwo's not going to the spotting position by the southeastern cap anymore. Now he's in a much more aggressive spotting position, trying to see, presumably, if Hellraisers are going to try to extend and break to the south, but the attack's already coming in by the look of it.
They are so nervous. Niyu and Lowu just collided and took some damage, and it's only 4 HP, but still, the fact is that they did collide. They did do that wrong.
And here they are. They're exploiting that tiny little ridge line again.
Are they coming out, though? They're coming out.
And they're sweeping around. They're both trying to flank each other.
They are literally running ring-a-ring-a-rosy around each other, and they're playing a game of kiss chase, and I don't think they know exactly where each other's are. Hen is caught out of position, though, taking shots from every direction. Big mistake from Yato. They go 1 gun down. But in the meantime, Niyu is taken out, and the Amarak is damaged on Nesqui. I think that's the Amarak.
Nesqui,
anyway.
yep, his Amarak is gone.
That would mean he blows up. That means he's dead. Is he dead?
No, but his Amarak is damaged.
Is damaged.
And he hasn't repaired it.
Interesting, but the damage is going out, and Yato are falling behind in the HP, but Wumu is alive, not anymore. By the time I said it, and he was rejected. But Star takes a lot of damage from the ram. That might be a big mistake, as Nesquik finished him off with a double ram, and Lucic, though, is on reload. Lucic is not in the battle right now. He cannot fire.
But Yato only have 2 guns left in play, and one of them's on very
really
low health.
Diador comes in with a big gun. Will he connect with the shot? Yes, he does. Massive damage against Yo.
Shotgun mode from the artillery.
Lucic is almost reloaded, though. He has to kill Nesquik.
He's got to go for the T-54 lightweight and ignore the artillery.
Quickly. He's got not much time left. No, too late.
No, not going to happen.
Oh, great
nice comeback
battle
there from the Hellraisers.
Nice battle. That could have gone either way several times. Fantastic.
Apparently that was his loader, not his ammo rack.
Oh, that's the loader.
Right, that's what the stream's saying.
I don't recognise the logos. They're not the logos from the game.
No, it's all special Grand Finals stuff.
Why did they change the logos?
I don't know. Just confuse us and make us look stupid.
It really made me. I was like,
what?
How is he? What? Huh? Because I looked at it. I was like, it looks like ammo, right? It looks like ammo.
Yeah.
So I was like,
well,
it
was
must be
various
ammo,
different
right?
shots.
But if it had blown up, he would be blown up.
Exactly, because it was red. So it must have been the loader.
Yeah. So I was like, maybe he's dead and it's just not updated.
Congratulations, Wargaming, making us look stupid since 2015.
Or was it us who made us look stupid, or was it Wargaming? We'll blame Wargaming.
What about that move from the artillery, though? That shotgun.
He came out and it was about 800 damage was red, but it was also another shot, so I think it was around 650 damage.
550 to 600.
Something like that. Still good.
No fear.
Good. No fear.
No fear. Get in there. Shotgun. Boom.
No guts, no galaxy.
And then, of course, his victim had to take out the T-54 lightweight who was threatening him.
If that shot had missed, that extra 600 HP might have been enough for him to pull the game back. Yeah. But
it wouldn't have been easy. I mean, they were still outnumbered and outgunned, but the guys he was fighting didn't have the health. Yeah. His big ace up his sleeve was the fact that he still had all that health.
Yeah.
Until artillery rolled over the hill and went, surprise, it's me.
Yeah.
Boom.
Surprise. Yeah, exactly.
So nobody's been spotted yet, so nobody has a clue where anybody else is. But have a look at Star heading down the bottom of the map there. Now, I'm keeping an eye on Star's Sixth Sense icon.
Yeah.
He's being very cagey about it, but he has not yet been spotted.
He's been caught out before.
Now, Hunwo is in the cap.
Shaco's been seen. Shaco's been spotted in the RU, but he's going for little shots.
Now, again, this is random fire. Hunwo has not been. Oh, he has.
Oh, but they're getting
Shaco's
the right
been spotted.
place.
Hunwo hasn't, but they have more or less the right idea of where he's going to be, and this takes nerves of steel. He knows he hasn't been spotted.
You got to think that. Remember, there's a 2-second delay from when you have. Oh my God!
Look at how close this is.
Oh my God!
He's going to be sitting
bricking
there.
myself. Oh, he's been bouncing. They hit him.
They know where he is.
They would have seen that. Hunwo move. They've seen
They're firing
you.
at exactly the same position.
They know where you are.
They don't have to spot you.
No.
They know they reset the cap, so they know that the flash shot fired on that access is going to hit you.
Yeah, they haven't spotted you. Get out of there. They're not going to spot you when you're running away because you're a light tank. Light tanks don't lose your camo value. Get out of there. Oh, wow, that was tense.
He's moving back in. He's sneaking back in for another go. There he is.
That proves how good Hellraisers are. Just be able to coordinate. It was like playing a game of Battleship. You guess you get A1, and then it's like B3.
Oh, hit something.
You know, you guess. Oh, B2.
B3 again. Now
B2.
Now here comes. Here they come.
Here they come. They're going to see. So
there's only 4 minutes left. They've got to do something.
They think they're going for the cap, but they're not. They're actually pushing in. They've got 3 minutes 50 on the clock. They're going to move in and do the engagement, but they've been spotted moving in. Star's caught out a little bit when one shot connects with him, and they're going to move up the hill. Are they going to really commit to this?
Well, you have to anticipate you're going to take some damage when you make the approach across the open like that, but they took very, very little. So they're not actually going straight for it, but they can't afford to sit on the top of that hill getting shot from the flank.
No, it looks like a bit of hesitation here. It's going wrong for Yato as they start taking a lot of damage. They're down to 6,000 HP, 5,700. It's not, look, oh no, this has gone wrong. This has got all kinds of problems. They found Diador. They've managed to take him out, but it's not enough. They need to keep doing it. Hen is still alive, though. That is some good news. Star is taken out.
The problem here is they're driving into a crossfire.
It's not good. It's a bad situation.
And I think they've just realised Zongdri over there has taken some hits. He's having to fall back, so they're not able to envelop that flank, and they realise that they're now being shot at from two sides, so they're trying to fall back, but there's only 3 minutes of this left.
Oh,
They've taken a lot of damage. They've got half the hit points left that Hellraisers do. Hellraiser with a superior positioning there, saw them coming around the flank, and just set that crossfire up. Yato have got to go for it. They've got to try to avoid that crossfire and take the fight too, but they just don't have the guns or the hit points left.
Yeah. Okay, all I can say is you summarised that perfectly. We're going to see a couple of good explosions here as they clean up. Hellraisers get the second win. 2 defense. So Yeah, Hellraiser won their first defense.
That's right, yeah.
Yato lost one of their defenses, but they chose not to defend. Remember that, which makes me nervous about Himmelsdorf. Makes me nervous about Himmelsdorf is the defending map. Defender's map.
If you get Himmelsdorf, you choose to defend.
You should do. It's got statistical. I think it's about 60% defense win, like average for the map. So it's like it is leaning towards the defenders, which means if they prefer the attack, they
seem to do.
We might have trouble with Himmelsdorf.
And it's not necessarily, again, this is Yato for you. They don't necessarily prefer to attack. I think they just prefer to keep their opponent on the back foot and keep them guessing.
Maybe it's just their Muravanka strategy. Maybe it's just like, this is what we do in Muravanka, on Himmelsdorf can play it completely standard.
And that's the thing, of course, because they're coming from the Chinese server, they're pretty much an unknown quantity. Whereas the guys on the RU server, the guys on the Southeast Asian server, the guys on the EU server, all of these teams are able to watch tapes of the other teams playing. So they know how they like to play on certain maps.
You give away your age there.
Can't really...
You said tapes.
Tapes.
You give away your age. Half the people watching won't know what a tape is.
Do I need to explain what tapes are?
I think you do. I think you do.
You know what I mean. You don't really have that kind of intel on the guys from the Chinese server.
He means VODs.
Yeah.
He means VODs.
That's right.
The lingo. That's okay. Maybe some of the audience, 1% of the audience knew what a tape was.
You make me feel bad.
Hey, I'm old enough to know what tape is too. My first tape was Men in Black, the theme song.
Wow.
That was my first tape. I was a bit old. I think I was like 9 years old when I got that. I was a bit late.
I can't remember what my first tape was, but my first vinyl LP was Motorhead, The Ace of Spades.
Oh, really? What a good first. Mine's
good
Men in
first.
Black. That's not exactly a good first.
It's not.
My first CD was like 5. You know, the
get
boy
out.
band 5.
You're dead to me.
I don't know why I just admitted that live on stream. Okay, anyway, back with what's going on. Okay, so
You're embarrassing yourself.
I'm embarrassing myself now. We have Yato, who have won one of their. This could still happen. So here they go. They're committing, but Wumu goes in. This is bad timing. They're going in disjointedly. They're too late with their backup, and Wumu's going to get focused down. There he goes. He's out of it.
Notice Diodor over here. He's just racking up the damage.
The damage is coming out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And
he's on
now
reload.
They're coming out behind them. They've got them completely surrounded. This is just a crushing defeat for Yato Gaming.
Field. It's like they've been in the castles. What are they called? The killing area.
The killing ground.
Killing ground. This is exactly what they lured them in. They chased it in, and then they opened fire with all the arrows, all the shots.
They obviously don't watch many John Wayne movies in China. Because, you know, when the Red Indians come making a lot of noise and the cavalry go charging after them and they immediately run away, and then maybe you're running into an ambush, guys. You know, if you're watching a couple of John Wayne movies, you might not have fallen for this.
Okay, yeah, it's a game, and when you go home, that's the research. Watch the movies together.
Watch more John Wayne movies.
Star is being sandwiched. There's a star sandwich between Monty and Lucic, and that is it. 3-2.
This is the way they walk right into that trap.
Yeah, but even if they walked into the trap together, they stood a much better chance.
That's right.
Because they had more autoloaders, and if the autoloaders bounced a few shots or they shared the damage enough, they can focus fire and come back with 5100 reloading.
But Diodor on the top corner of the train station, they just sat there, waited. It
was like the sniper from
Bang, Bang,
Save It Private Ryan.
Bang. It was like watching Private Jackson from Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, just every shot. Bang.
Oh, hello. That was big, fat, strong Russian ass of tank.
With a cannon.
Yeah.
Not a sniper after a cannon, but still, yeah. So that was a bad attack, in my opinion.
Yeah,
they could have done
better. That's the first really bad play I think I've seen from Yato.
Bad execution. The plan was there, maybe, but the execution, not so much. We do just see what they're going to do next, though, very shortly. Don't worry about that. Even if they go 4-2 down, although they'll be on their tiebreaker, remember that they have both of their defenses that they should win, right?
And it's Himmelsdorf. So if both teams win their defenses, we're going to a tiebreaker.
Exactly, and that was
Prokhorovka. Yes.
Good memory. I hope you're right.
I am.
You just put
it's
that down.
not often I'm right, but this time I am.
Oh.
I think.
Savor it. Can we get the update on the scores on the stage behind us? Yes, we can. It's 2-all. It's 2-all. Navi versus Virtus Pro is currently 2 apiece. That game is neck and neck as well.
As this is as well.
Ours is just as neck and neck. And the decider of that battle faces whoever decides this battle.
That's
so
right.
the winner of both these battles will be facing in the next semi-finals.
Whoever wins this one has got a really, really tough semi-final.
If this isn't tough enough. I think we can keep saying that, can't we? Every time the guys win, their next battle is going to be even tougher. Isn't that how tournaments go?
Yes, that's how they're supposed to work, I think,
I think
Jingles,
that
yes.
is exactly how they're supposed to go. So, yeah, so if they progress through the tournament, the battles will get harder. That's how it works. So, 1, 2, 3.
Who'd have seen that coming?
Mind equals blown. Right. Let's find out who, if we're going to go to the playoff or if we're going to lose Yato right now. We have Yato on their final defense. Now, whoever wins this battle, sorry, not whoever. If Hellraisers break this defense one more time, then Yato go home. Hellraisers progress to the semi-finals. If Yato pick up this defense win, we go to the tiebreaker.
And it looks like Yato are going with more 5100s this time than they did last time. They seem to favour the strong... Oh, wow, what are they doing here? This is why I love watching Yato. You can just never predict what they're going to do from one game to the next. This is a very, very bold defence, and that's probably why they got with more MX 5100s. This looks like a very aggressive defence. I'm not seeing any massive changes in Hellraisers lineup.
This is what I expected more from them, you know, this sort of like, we're going to take the map away from them. But look at this counter-attack. It's just like, we're going to go on the hill. See you later. But Monty's caught out early on. We see Hunwoo and Monty. Hunwoo took a little bit of damage, but they've lost the entire 12-ton. Yeah. That's a little bit of an advantage.
Now, Shako here needs to be careful because he's in the, we can see you from the top of the hill position. And I think he's decided, he's already taken a hit and he's probably thought, no, screw that. I'm going to relocate and I'm going to join up with Star there in the IS-3, which looks like that's what he's doing. You got Zhongdui and Shako both in the cap with Hunwo in the AMX. No, he's in the T-37.
I think we can safely now say...
Look at this. Look at this. Look at the top of the map. Look at this just procession of tanks driving straight into the cap. I think they've just realised what's happening because Hunwo was rushing up ahead there and he spotted them.
They're going for a cap. They're going for a cap. There was no defenders back in place. So this really good defensive position is already being overrun, which is really good. Near you and Lucic next to each other.
Why would you give away a good defensive position?
They just were too slow back. But Lucic's in a little bit of an awkward situation right here as he takes a lot of damage and near you. That was really nice. But now they're in a trap. This trap situation, this is reverse. It's like Hellraisers are defending, but the cap is under pressure. Look at Star though. Star is there. Star,
however, well, he was pinned down by Nesqui on the top of the hill, so he couldn't actually break position from there. But it looks like Nesqui is now moving down to back up the rest of his team in the cap.
And Star is trying to get the shots on low. If you use high explosive round there, he can reset the cap. It won't do much damage, but it will reset the side scraping.
But what's Nesqui doing? Is he coming down to back up his team in the camp? Or do you think he's going to try to get some shots down on the side street? Is he going to turn left?
It's risky if he does.
He has turned left.
That's
risky.
Exactly what he's trying to do. If he runs into Sohei and Shako, he's going to die. If he doesn't, though, he can get around the back side. I think they've guessed it. Oh, no, they're going to get spotted. Sohei's going to get spotted, which means that Nesqui can turn around and he runs away.
Oh, Billy
go.
Big steps in the other direction. Saw you coming. That would have been a very bad idea.
Okay, well,
however... look at this.
Making a move. They caught Nesqui. They have caught him with a double strike. Nesqui was not tracked up. He's able to retreat. Sohei was, so they cannot chase. Great move by Nesqui. Good shooting. In the meantime, we're going to have some action on the other side as Lowu takes a high explosive damage, taking 100 HP, unless it was Hunwoo firing. I think it was high explosive. As they move him around the back, and it's abandoned the cap. They are not going for the cap. They're going to engage Zongdu. It's going to be a slow withdrawal, but Zongdu needs to get behind his IS-3s. He doesn't do it. Diador comes out in the front, though, opening his side up. But the IS-3s are on reload. They're not going to be able to get another shot off. Diador will kill Hen in the next shot. Wait, on the behind. Star came behind. He's ignoring Lucic because the Lucic's on reload. What intelligent play. He's going to kill Diador with the next shot as Wumu and Hunwoo killed him in the T-37.
Hunwoo got him in the T-37.
Wow, that's a
now
fantastic
they're going to finish
shoot. And Wumu's alive.
Can they get him before Wumu survives?
3 HP, but the 5100s are going to be able to withdraw and reload. So it's two 5100s versus low HP IS-3s. That's not going to... No, Wumu, what are you doing? Oh, wait.
He's trying to get him before he reloads.
Trying to get him for the reload. Okay.
He's trying to get him before the reload.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it.
No, he's not going to get there in time.
No, and he's going to get himself isolated. He can't be isolated, not at this point. You need to be protected.
You can't let two 5100s who have reloaded.
No, Wumu, no! What's he doing?
What is he doing?
You don't send your low HP IS-3 out into the open. You send your more HP IS-3. This is insane. What are you doing?
Is he just
get
trying
in
to
the
draw
cover?
them out?
Go, push. Get him in the cover. He's got 3 HP. What are you doing?
Is he just trying to draw them out? But why would you do
that?
Draw them
out. He's just going to breathe on him and he dies.
Why would you do that? The tank is such low health.
That made my skin crawl. That did.
So now they're falling. As if there was some kind of miscommunication going on there.
Back into cover. Come on, get behind Star. if they can make sure that Wumu can get at least one shot off, they stand a chance, but they have to alpha strike, they have to get good rolls and kill those 5100s. And I mean high rolls, both of them.
Yeah.
And if they don't, the 5100s should win this. They should just go in together and they should win this. But they do have Homo, don't cut him out.
And we're looking at a
dead gunner, I think.
Dead gunner.
It could be damaged gun, but it could be
Lucic
the
took a hit
too.
there and it bounced.
But that's good. It was from Humwu. That's okay. It's from Humwu.
But
He's
still,
a quick reload.
when you're firing an attack like an AMX 5100,
Surprisingly tough front.
Surprisingly
it should be weak as absolutely nothing, but somehow it's surprisingly
it hit his turret. Dodgy angle, bounce. So Lucic now knows that Hunwo is watching that corner.
Yes, but they know one position
could have
now.
used a little bit more damage on Lucic.
Nesquik's going to get Wumu. I just got this feeling that Nesquik's going to get around this corner, and he's yes, he's going to come on the corner. He's looking the wrong way.
Is Wumu actually inside the train station?
Not sure. It's going to be.
He's missed him.
He's
missed him.
Shot.
And a
Nesquik
nice
did not
return
get the kill.
fire.
Wumu
That's
is in
what we
cover.
needed to see.
Star's going to come out, but he gets shot in the back.
Put one shot into Star, but of course Star, knowing he can't sit there in front of the bootloader, he's backed off.
Hunwu needs to come out and start doing some damage, but Lucic is actually not. Is he looking that way or not? No, he's not. Yes, Hunwu needs to be the star here. Oh my God, they're both losing. I cannot believe they're losing.
Yes,
they are. Lucic's down to one more shot. He's got absolutely no HP. One more shot from anybody. Lucic goes down, and Star's at enough HP. He can basically charge at them. Yes, that's it. 4-0. We're going to the decider match. 4-0. Yato versus Hellraisers. Who would have thought that? Absolutely amazing. Quickie baby cannot believe
Quickie baby is just standing there with his mouth wide open.
How did they lose that? How did Hellraisers lose that? What were they playing at? 250-100s, get them together, drive at them, and win the game. That's what they have to do.
Yato, you guys rock. That was incredible.
I apologise for your ears at home. If you're in headsets, GG. I'm sorry, you're deaf now.
Who's playing behind us? Who cares?
Who cares about that game?
What's this game?
It's 3-2 to Navi. Okay, whatever. This game is where it's at.
China will go stronger.
Wow, China versus Russia head-to-head. This is massive. People at home are freaking if you're from the Russian stream. There is a Russian stream. If you guys wanted to troll, go into their stream and just type Yato. Don't do that. Don't do that. I can't. Don't do that.
Don't worry, we'll cut that out in the edit.
Okay, that's okay. You didn't know anything. Anyway, next. This straw poll is amazing.
Who are you going to vote for? Cast your vote.
I'm not going to right now. I'm personally. What about you? Are you going to vote, or you just leave it up to grabs?
I'm voting for Yato.
Really?
I really enjoyed watching them play.
You did say before the match started, you just enjoyed their style.
Exactly, because you can never predict how they're going to play one match to the next. They've just been completely, like they said, we don't have any particular style. We just adapt to whatever our opponents are doing. They're like Bruce Lee. You've got to be like water.
Got to be like P, didn't you say?
That's right. Yeah.
You're right.
I'll get your coat.
Is now.
Oh, they hit him and they tracked him. He's used a repair kit.
Yeah. We're going to commentate on their game now.
Yeah, let's commentate on the game in the background.
They're putting the cap pressure. There's 7 seconds left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He gets the reset. That is the reset. Was he too late? I think he got it, and he gets out of there. So he isn't out of it, but they're coming for him. They're running for him. He sees 3 tanks heading towards him. It's Inspire versus the world, and he is going to... Oh, there we go. Got the active direct feed. And he bounces a shot, though. That could be the end there. He bounces a shot. Oh, Inspire did a good job, though. 3-0.
Pulled it back. 3-all.
Oh, amazing.
And we're back.
And we're back.
We're back.
Quite a bit commentating on their battle.
He's mad.
I am truly mad. I'm going slightly mad. It finally happened.
So, that's 3-3 for Navi and Virtus Pro. Virtus Pro's performance yesterday, not the best.
But as I said, they're like a pencil.
Yeah,
like
you can't write them off.
You
can't write them off. They got mad after their first match in the group stage. And they came back with a vengeance for their second match in the group stage to secure their entry into the quarterfinals. Unfortunately, in the quarterfinals, they faced...
But
however,
it's
look at that score.
It's every time one punch is put, it's like one
watching
game.
Ali versus Foreman. The rumble in the jungle. Unfortunately, all the American teams are out. Elevator gone, Roulette are gone.
Yeah.
So here's the Murova Prokhorovka. It's a new map in here in World of Tanks. Murova Prokhorovka.
So, this is where it's all decided. This is the battlefield that we are going to play and see Yato deciding to attack. Who's surprised? I am not. It's exactly the same HP. It's exactly the same tanks. It's exactly the same tanks. Mirror matchup, final match. Hellraisers versus Yato. Whoever takes this goes home. whoever takes this goes through
into
to
the
face
semi-finals.
whoever's them on the other stage.
And the other match is impossible to predict. So
Oh,
let's see what
God.
they're doing.
Here we go.
They're sticking together like glue.
I can't imagine how they're feeling. I'm shaking. They must be
Oh.
absolutely dripping with sweat. These guys, this is crazy. This is a mirror matchup. We couldn't ask for more. A mirror matchup on Prokhorovka. No one can predict what's going to happen here. Absolutely.
Well, they're going straight for the base cap, put
Oh, wow.
pressure on Hellraisers.
It's a quick cap, fast cap. What? They're doing a fast cap strat on the final game of their tournament.
So they have
maybe.
to know. They have to know that by doing this, Hellraisers have to commit to an attack.
Rushes.
So it's going to come down to individual performance.
Let's watch it. It
Here
comes on. 16 seconds. They're coming over the top. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Watch it. They're going to abandon the cap. They abandoned it a little bit too early, I think, because here comes Dido into the side. Damage taking 50% of his HP. Nesquik takes one shot, and we are seeing Zongdu taking a lot of return fire. Monty goes down to one third of his HP, and we are seeing Zongdu at one shot, but the final shot has not been able to get, because then Hai goes down. It looks like the HP is advantage still to Yato, just ever so slightly, but the gun advantage is swaying to Hellraisers. We do see the gunner dead on Dido, which might make a difference, but 3 tanks are down for Yato. It's going wrong. They're on the slide. They need to get some kills. They got the HP, but they need to taking out guns. There's one. Near you is out. They need to get another. Kamek and Monty are still alive. They're coming around the back. We have Star. One more shot before he goes down. That's what the Hellraisers need to do to keep in this. They have done it. They got 3 tanks remaining. Shaco is down to 50% AP. So is Womu. So is Hanwoo. This is going wrong for Yato. This is absolutely not what they wanted. 1,000 HP left. This is their dreams of getting to the semi-finals, breaking in front of them. China is down to one more shot with their Hanwoo. He's been an MVP this entire tournament for them, but I don't think he can do it. That is it. Hellraisers through to the semi-finals. Yato are out, but champions in my eyes. Absolute beautiful play.
That was, I have to admit, that is not how I expected it to go.
Absolutely not.
I'm kind of disappointed. I mean, you can't take anything away from Hellraisers, but I kind of feel a bit sad that Yato are out. I like them. But Hellraisers have definitely earned their spot in the semi-final with a performance like that.
So that was my favourite team of the entire tournament, Yato Gaming, crashing out in the quarterfinals at a tiebreaker match against Hellraisers. And, well, you know, if you have to lose at the Grand Finals, it may as well be to the team that eventually went on to become the new world champions. That was myself and Luke Neller, also known as Dorjan, who you may recognise as the voice from Wargaming's Best Replays of the Week. I will, of course, be doing another Wargaming League Grand Finals video at some point over the next couple of days, because I, of course, haven't shown you any of the games that I co-broadcast with my very good friend Quickie Baby, so expect that in the next couple of days. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, take care, have fun playing whatever you're playing, and I'll catch you next time.